Good morning everybody, welcome to day 2 of the Coast to Coast. So last night we arrived about 5 o'clock-ish at the Fox Hounds pub in Ennerdale. They mucked up our booking, so we've all, I don't know if you can see, I'll just move a bit further away. You may have seen that from well, day 1's video, but we've all had to cram in quite tightly. This is the sound of this babbling brook that we've got down here by the side. However, last night it was perfect conditions for damp and condensation. The grass is pretty long. Everything last night was very wet, and I shall show you the tent now. And as you can see, that the fly sheet is very wet. The inner fly dripped onto my gear loft that keeps my clothes in, and then that dripped onto my sleeping bag, and then so I've now got wet clothes I'm putting on this morning. I've got a wet sleeping bag that I'm trying to dry out, and I've got a very wet tent. So a good start. But that is the pleasures of camping by the side of a brook in the shade after a hot day in damp conditions. Well, we finally managed to dry off most of our gear in the sun. So because we're wild camping tonight, so we didn't want to end up with wet stuff already, and my sleeping bag was damp, and down does not fare well in the damp weather. It's 8:58, so we're a bit later than we would have liked, but we're on our way now. So we're leaving Ennerdale Bridge, going round Ennerdale Water. We're not sure if we're going to take the right or the left path yet. We'll decide when we get there, and then when we get to the junction for Red Pike, we're going to decide whether we go up the high route or take the lower route, if you can call it a lower route, and go up through the valley. I couldn't do much of a finish up yesterday because it was very crowded. Well, it wasn't really suitable for filming. We were crammed in the strip of land like it was a festival. Lots of loud snoring last night, so sleep was a little disrupted, but that is part of backpacking. So just a note on yesterday that the water sources were very few and far between. We filled up at Seacote Park campsite where we camped Friday night. We filled up with water then, and it was very difficult. We ended up finding a tap in the farmer's barn to fill up, and then we found another farmer that was kind enough to when we asked, let us fill up with water. But without that, there were no shops, there was nothing open. We would have really struggled with water, and it was a very hot day, so we were pretty dehydrated when we turned up at the pub last night. So no alcohol last night because it would have finished me off. So we've camelled up this morning. We've all chugged a litre of water because it's going to be another very hot day, and we all got a little bit sore because of the sun yesterday, because I left the sun cream in the car at Kirkby Stephen. But this morning I asked of one of the staff at the pub, who kindly gave me a whole bottle of sun cream. So, and I always say the trail provides, so it worked out yesterday with people helping us out with water, and today we've already been helped out with sun cream, so hopefully we're a bit more protected today. But I shall bring you back when there's more to show you. Okay, so we've made it to Ennerdale Water, and the path splits over here. You can come this way, which is left, or you can go right down there. On the map it does say that that is the route, although there isn't necessarily an official route, because Wainwright says you can take any route you want. So some people go right, some people go left. We've decided, because of the sun and we want to try and take the higher route, that we are going to take the flatter, easier route left, because there's a lot of scrambling up crags up there, and actually I was told that 4 years ago a woman fell off and died. So we don't want to be a martyr. I'd rather sacrifice that and do the high route than do that and then not being able to do the high route, because it is absolutely roasting already. But what a stunning view. Taking an action shot of the local wildlife. You're not impressed with me, are you? What I am impressed with though is these views. So we've come from over there right the way around here. There's the other path and the crags that you have to climb, scramble over and down. I can see people over there, but we've I don't know, wimped out maybe, but then maybe they're not doing the high route, so horses for courses. Well, we finished Ennerdale Water. It was, some of the path was like this, some of it was actually small, narrow, rocky and undulating, so it wasn't easy. You know, it's easier but not necessarily completely easy. And Ennerdale Water's down through there. Because as forestry works, the coast to coast path splits, so depending on which route you're going to take. So we've had to come this side because we're going to go up Red Pike. But look at that up there, isn't that beautiful? So we're going to go up Red Pike. I think there's a private use hostel here that we may stop at and grab a quick drink if possible before we start the big 700+ meter climb. And I won't show you the views going up it. Well, I might take some pictures, but I will probably be too out of breath until I get to the top, so I might have to bring you back when I get to the top. Okay, so come along the bottom there, just this side of the river, if you can see it, up through this forest, up around here, and then Stephen's miles in front as always, and then we're going right to the top there, and then up to Red Pike, and then up there to, I've forgotten the name of it. If I remember it, I'll put it on the screen. I'm too out of breath to care really, so yeah, I'll show you when we get to the top. So we finally made it. We are now at Red Pike. Boys up there just taking a break, and you can see I think that's Stile, which is where we're going next, is up there all the way along that ridge to Haystacks. But look at that fantastic view. I have to say, we've come round Ennerdale Water, through the forest and up through here, and I have to say, with a full camping gear backpack, that was a brutal climb. Down there is, I think it's Cummock Water. Over there at the back, you can't quite see actually, is Helvellyn, where we hopefully, all being well, will go tomorrow. But all that hard work is paid off with these just most amazing views. And this GoPro, or any pictures I take, will not do it justice. Unless you're here and seeing it for yourself, you don't really get how stunning it is. But yeah, amazing. And it's Joe's first actual, what's classed as a proper mountain, because it's 700+ odd meters. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, so now off over there. Hi everybody. So we have made Haystacks now at 806 meters, I think it is. So we come from Red Pike over there. Just give you a full 360. Absolutely stunning. And you can see behind me down there is, can you see that? That's where we came from, Lake Ennerdale. And we're going to stop here and have some lunch, and then we're going to continue to walk across this ridge to Haystacks, I think it is. So yeah, I'm going to have a rest now, sandwich or wrap, because I think I've earned it. But absolutely glorious, light wind, sun and clouds, so it's not as hot as we thought it was going to be, and breathtaking views. Hi guys, it is 4:37, so it's pretty late. It has taken us hours to do all of those peaks: Red Pike, High Stile, something crag, can't remember, put the name up at the bottom of the screen if I remember. And then now we're at Haystacks, which is behind me. And this is not professional to this, but I'm going to turn you around, because down there is an ornament tarn, and that is where Wainwright's ashes were scattered. It's been a tough, exhausting day. The heat has been searing. We're virtually out of water. From the top of this, we still got 7 miles to go to our wild camping spot. Because obviously we took the high route. It's been long, slow and hard, and none of us have had any good, decent mountain days for a very long time. So I think carrying a 12 plus nearly 13 kilo backpack in this heat, when haven't got our mountain legs in, has been one of the toughest days I've ever had. But I'm putting the camera down now because I've got to keep going, because I've got to go down there. So there you have the resting place of Wainwright, and I'm at Tarn. Peaceful, quiet, tranquil, beautiful, fitting place for such a great man. And he certainly sent us a challenge, so hats off to you, Mr. Wainwright. Respect. Okay, so we made it past Inanimate Tarn, then down to Blackbet Tarn, and then we've come across here to the bothy at just before Honister Slate Mine. And you can camp here if you want. Well, there's a couple of places you probably could wild camp, but also you can camp in the bothy, and also there's a water source there as well if you want a water source which we filtered. And I shall just give you a quick tour inside the bothy. So it's called Dub's Hut Mountain Bothy. As all bothies, pretty basic. Platform there for sleeping, fire, shovel somebody's left, another platform there, and a platform there, and what looks like a makeshift table that somebody's made out of pieces of slate, and the odd bits and pieces that people have left that they obviously clearly don't want anymore. And that's your job, that's it. So in theory we've still got 5 miles to go to our wild camping spot, so, and it's been an exceptionally long day, and it is nearly 6 o'clock, so it's going to be a very long and late one. So we've made it to Honister Slate Mine Cafe, which is obviously closed because we are so late. And we've come down, oh, sun's in my eyes, from up there, interesting sculptures made out of slate. Quite cool. And now we're going over there and then down into Stile. Since the last clip, which was Honister Slate Mine, which is obviously closed, which was disappointing, but it was gone after 6 o'clock, so I'm not surprised. I have to say, going up the high route was really difficult and really challenging, particularly Haystacks at the end, because there's a lot of scrambling that needs to be done to get up to the top. And the descents were pretty heavy and bad on our knees and hips. So we got to Honister Slate Mine, carried on down into the youth hostel in down by Stile, through Stonethwaite, and then we've come along to past Stonethwaite, and we've managed to find a wild camping spot. But we started at, well, a little bit later this morning because I was trying to dry everything out, although I'm now in my sleeping bag and it's not completely lofted because it's still a little bit damp, so it hasn't really dried out as much as it should do. So could be a chilly night because it doesn't hold its warming properties. But I didn't, because we were struggling to find somewhere to wild camp, I didn't take any more video clips. And we only just managed to find a wild camping spot just before it got dark. So it was today's been a very long day. It's a real challenge. I mean, it's I think it's probably about 11:15, and we haven't long, pitched up and then got something to eat. And now we're in my tent, so we're having an early night. So apologies for not videoing anything to the latter part of the day, but it was a case of heads down, just trying to get down to find somewhere to wild camp, and it just was really a tough old slog today. So I'll show you where we're camping in the morning. I'll take a quick video clip so you can have a look at that. I think we've done about 16.5 miles today from Ennerdale Bridge to Stonethwaite, but we have done an awful lot of elevation because of taking all the high peaks. And so tomorrow we are making our way towards Patterdale, which we get a campsite, which is great because we haven't, it's now, tomorrow will be Monday night and we haven't had a shower since Friday morning, so it'd be nice to get washed up and feel a bit more human again. So I'm going to say good night. Thank you very much for watching. Any comments, please put them down below. Please like and subscribe if you fancy it, and I shall see you on day 3. Take care. Thank you very much. Good night.